Hi, this is Tech Greens Bonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction field, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar so you do not miss out. Let's get started with the card of the day. All right, we're waiting for all the TikTok people to come on in. Hello, everybody on TikTok. Hello, everybody on the main stream. This is the Universe Has Your Back deck. This is the message from Universe to us for today. There's nothing sexier than an authentic truth. Try it again?
Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing sexier than an authentic truth. Oh, there you go. There's a nice artwork for everybody. Of course, on the TikTok, it's backwards. There's no button to switch it around so you see it the right way around. I haven't found it yet. Maybe you can tell me how to do that in the comment section below. Let's get into the horoscopes of the day for the next week so you know what is up for the next week. We got Bob Job. Hello, Bob. And we got 11 people, 15 people on the TikTok. Hello, everybody. Let's get into the Aries for next week. Okay, seems Aries health is going to be okay for the next week. I think you're going to be having a little bit of that stress at the workplace moving forward, but it's going to be coming to an end cycle. We got that 10 of Swords happening, and I'm thinking many of those situations that you have at the workplace are going to be ending and coming into newer and more exciting things by the end of the week. The financial part of everybody that's in Aries, yes, we're going to be looking at new things to get involved in. Okay, and it's going to be more of a moment in time when we're going to be more conservative with our spending for the next little while, and we're going to be taming many of those financial situations moving forward in the next week. People that we surround ourselves with, there's going to be some new relationships that we're going to be building upon, and new situations that also we're going to be building on in the new week. So just be ready with that. And we're going to be finding new allies and that sort of thing in the workplace. So some new friends, some new allies that we'll be working with in the new week. Okay, so that was Aries. Now we're looking at Taurus. Let's have a look at what Taurus has in store for the next week. So for Tauruses, our health is going to be taking one or two paths. One is it's more to do with the emotional stress that we may be having at the moment, as we all are. But one, the recovery is going to be taking a little bit longer than the one that looks easier. Sometimes the easier one is not necessarily the best one to do in this case. We're going to be picking the long road, the long times to recovery in the next little while. Well, for the week anyways. And then we're going to be coming up on top with many of the issues that we've been facing as of late. Financially, I think we're going to be getting ourselves into a little bit of a situation that does not serve us well. Okay. And it's going to be leading into some other things that we cannot work through for quite some time. So just be aware of these things before they come. Okay. go back to those old habits. Okay, sometimes that we all do that. Make sure that you're more conservative with the spending and all that sort of thing moving forward. So once you have prior knowledge, you can change that thing around for yourself in due time. The people that we're surrounding ourselves with, there's going to be some interesting facts coming our way about some of the people that we surround ourselves with, which is going to be bringing a new light to many of the situations that we find ourselves in with the people that we surround ourselves with. Okay, so that was Taurus for the new week. Let's have a look at that Gemini. And we got some good questions coming up for the last part of the show. Awesome stuff. Okay, Gemini. So for the Gemini, I think the health is going to be not so bad as once we stop looking at all the negative aspects of everything going on around us. And then after that, we're going to have some very good victories along the way as we move into a new segment of our health situation moving forward. The financial part of our lives, we may be putting some money into things that do not work for us or will not work for us in the next little while. And we're going to be uncovering many of these things as we move along. And then we're going to be doing the opposite of what we were thinking of doing financially, actually repairing some of the financial damage we may have been going into. Now that you have prior knowledge, just be careful out there with our finances. People that we're surrounding ourselves with, there's going to be some new projects at work that we're going to be coming into, and it's going to be bringing down the group, okay, emotionally. Yeah, I don't want to do that. But once you get into it, and I think you're going to be making it fun for the rest of the people that are working with you, I think you're going to be charging forward with many of those projects in due time. There's some friends and family situations that are going to be coming up, and it's about reuniting with many of the people that you have not been talking to for some time because of reasons. Okay, so that was Gemini for the next week. Cancer, let's have a look at Cancer. So for the cancers that are out there, the health is going to be not so bad. I think we're going to be moving along at a pretty good clip, moving into better health moving forward, maybe doing new activities, that sort of thing moving forward, keeping ourselves, our minds, and everything activated as we move into the new week. The financial part, we're going to be finding ourselves in a situation that we don't know any way around for the next little while. And we may have a long journey by the end of the week to repair many of those things that we have put ourselves unknowingly into for the rest of the week. So that's going to be a wonderful time for all the cancers out there. That just be mindful of what you're doing, and I think you're going to be overcoming many of the things that are put in front of you. We got some TikTok questions. Very good. What? We are playing solitaire? No, we're doing psychic readings for the week for the horoscopes. If you're wanting to know, for those late comers. Getting back to the Cancer, I think the people that we're surrounding ourselves with, we're going to have some people not following the plan, as it were, and we're going to have some difficulties with many of the people that we surround ourselves with in the next little while. Okay, so that was Cancer. Now for Leo. Anything for an Aquarius? We are coming to the Aquarius, so stay tuned. I think that's close to the end of the chart. Close to it, anyway. So for those Leos out there, for health-wise, I think we're going to be going through a situation where we're going to be physically drained for the next little while, along with that, emotionally drained as well. But by the end of the week, we're going to be coming up with some solutions to many of the situations that have been doing this to us by the end of the week. Financially, I think we're going to be a little hung up on some of the things that moving forward on protecting our assets, looking at other things, and noticing that we're actually all in the right areas that we need to be because of stuff happening on the outside, right? Banks and stuff. People that we're surrounding ourselves with, I'm thinking that we're maybe a little bit on the outs with some situations that more of a work thing, okay? And actually repairing that situation in due time. Other people that we're going to be a little bit worried about at our workplace is going to be resolving itself in due time. Okay, so that was Leo for the next week. We're looking at Virgo. So for the Virgos that are out there, excuse me, the health is going to be a little bit on the out. We may be feeling very drained in many of the activities that we've been putting ourselves into and trying to keep on top of many of those things. I think much of that will be alleviated when you stop worrying about everything and everything. Okay. I am a question, Taurus. We already did Taurus. Thank you, sweetie. The financial part of the next week, I think we're going to be learning new things to move forward. And it's always tends to be the long journey. That's usually the best, and not looking for those quick rich, quick schemes that we find ourselves surrounded with. It's always the long term, okay? Things that are the best, okay? So people that we surround ourselves with, we're going to be finding some new secrets about somebody, and we're going to be moving quickly on those secrets and to help ourselves and many of the people that are around us with those secrets that are going to be coming out for ourselves for the new week. Okay, that was Virgo, Libra, just looking at the chat here. So for the Libras out there, I think our health is going to be, we're going to have moments in time for the next week where we're going to be really worried about all the things that are around us, knowing that a lot of the things that we worry about are out of our control. Although you worry about the things that are in your control, and everything else resolves itself, the things that are outside our selves, right? Always remember that. Always only worry about the things that you can change, and don't worry about the things that you cannot change or prepare in some way to move around them. Okay, don't go straight in there. Always go around those situations that you cannot control yourselves. Okay, and remember, you can't control others. The only person that you can control is yourself. Okay, so just be mindful of that moving forward. Financially, I think we're going to be a little bit lackluster. Some of the choices that we've made, maybe doing those knee-jerk reactions that I keep telling you not to do, and just stay the course. Okay, look for different opportunities. There's always opportunity in chaos. And that's where a lot of people become very, very wealthy once they notice that. The people that we surround ourselves with, there's going to be a lot of confusion coming in a group around us, and we're going to be coming out on top, and we're going to be finding out new and better ways of relieving much of that stress with the groups that we surround ourselves with. Okay, so that was Libra. Let's look at Scorpio. Okay, so for Scorpios, our health is going to be a little bit different than what we had expected. We may be having a situation that are things that we're worrying about and putting undue stress upon ourselves. It's going to be putting us in a situation with other people that's not going to be very, very good. Okay, so just be mindful of these things, and remember always that you can't control other people. The only one that you can control is yourself. And it's also going back to the thing I said previously, you only focus on the things that you can control and not the things that you can't. Okay. Financially, I think we're going to be doing okay overall. And remember, not do those knee-jerk reactions with everything, and just stay the course, and you'll be just fine. There's going to be some raises, some increase in money coming in for Scorpio. So just be ready for that particular situation and be happy. People that we surround ourselves with, there's going to be a person that's going to be doing some naughty things. They're saying one thing and doing the opposite. So be ready with that. Point them out and actually move around them. Okay. And usually that's the person that you run away from and just move around them and away from them, and you'll be just fine. Okay. So that was Scorpio. Sagittarius. A little bit of coffee. There we go. Much, much better. Sagittarius, the health is going to be pretty good overall. Beginning of the week, we're going to be finding new ideas, new situations that we should be putting ourselves into for better and better health moving forward, and not worrying about many of the things that are around us, and only worry about the things that we can deal with. Okay. And getting out of certain things that are actually putting stress upon us, which we do not need. The financial part of our situation, I think we're going to be building upon new things and getting rid of old things. I think much of Sagittarius is moving things around financially to be better and not start to worry about the particular situations that we find ourselves in. Okay. something must be up financially for everybody. Um, People that we surround ourselves with, we're going to be averting many of the things that may be putting a kibosh on many of the friendships that we have and the relationships that we have with business and job and that sort of thing. And you're going to be coming out just perfect on many of those situations in the new week. Okay. So that was Sagittarius, Capricorn, so for the Capricorns out there, I think our health is going to be pretty good. We're just going to stop looking at negative things and actually looking at all the positive things. Your aunt is bringing mouse. Hey, getting back to cat. Mouse is a fruit soup, if you didn't know, and Mennonite cooking. Very, very good. Getting back to the Capricorn, the health of many of the Capricorns going to be doing very, very good. You're going to be finding new opportunities to get into new and exciting things to build upon health. Okay. The financial part of our lives, I think we're going to be walking away from many of the things that do not work for us and moving in around that particular situation and moving into brand new things that are going to be very beneficial to us moving forward. Some of the people that we associate with, we're going to be coming to an end. Doesn't mean actual death. It actually means an abrupt stop with friendship or relationship that we had been in. Okay, so somebody that's not doing any good for you, I'm going to be stopping that immediately and moving into something else. Okay, so that was Capricorn. Aquarius, where's my Aquarius person on the TikTok? Here's your chance. I don't think he waited. Okay. Okay, for the Aquariuses that are out there, the health is going to be okay. I think you're going to be finding some new and interesting ways of relieving stress. That's going to be very, very important coming up for the new week. I think some things are going to be going a little bit sideways in the new week. So just be ready for that and don't get too deep into it. Know that it's there and act accordingly. Okay. Just react. Don't be the cause of a reaction, not to be reactionary to things. Okay. Financially, I think we're going to be walking through a certain situation and coming up very, very good for the most part. Okay. We're going to be overcoming many of the hurdles that have been put in front of us and getting into new ground for ourselves financially. The people that we surround ourselves with, they're going to be coming along with us and actually be a little bit negative to the process, but I'm thinking that they're going to be coming on board in due time. Okay, so that was Aquarius. Pisces. For the Pisces that are out there, the health is going to be pretty good overall. I think you're going to be finding some good opportunities to improve our health situation by the end of the week. And we're going to be sitting on top of that plateau of health and vibrancy in the new week. Financially, we're going to be making new partnerships and friendships in the financial realm, and it's going to pay off pretty good for us as we move forward. People that we surround ourselves with, we're going to be finding some interesting situations that people are going to be putting us into, and we're going to have to remember to get out of those and don't follow along every time that somebody says something. Just be mindful of the things that people are trying to relay to us. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. They're just maybe a little misinformed moving forward. Okay, so that was Pisces for the new week. And the homework for tomorrow. Now, if you've been watching this channel or if you're new here, we do remote viewing practice on Sunday show. So make sure that you do your homework if you'd like to. We look at the remote viewing target number, what's it called? Can't remember. But you focus on the number, you use your psychic abilities, which we all have. We're all psychic. Okay. Now, you're only as psychic as you allow yourself to be. Okay. And this is to build upon those skills moving forward and to improve your lives overall. Okay. So the number that we're all going to be focusing on, unfortunately on TikTok, it's reversed, but it's 58253119. Okay. So you're going to be writing that on top of a piece, preferably a clean piece of paper or an iPad or whatever you're going to be working on. And you're going to be picking out all the things that describe that target. Okay, you're going to be picking out the colors. You're going to be picking out the textures, the smells, the tastes. How big is it? Is it natural? Is it man-made? Or a combination of both? What shape is it? Is it square, triangle, rectangle, that sort of thing? And moving on from there. And that's going to be tomorrow's show. It's going to be a lot of fun, building upon your psychic abilities moving forward to improve your lives. Okay? So let's get into the chat. We got Bob Job off the top. Hi, Andre. Please tell me how the cards see the next 2 weeks. We'll go for Dogecoin. I don't know. I'll ask. What do you see? No, I'm joshing around. Okay. Dogecoin for the next 2 weeks. I think it's going to be not as good as people had thought. I think XRP is going to be the one that's going to be pulling out in front. As we've seen in the past, if you've been paying attention, XRP has kind of been doing the opposite to the rest of the market. So maybe an interesting way of doing trading. Not financial advice, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Okay, but pay attention to that. But how will Doge look like in the next 2 weeks? I don't know why the 2 weeks, but things are going interesting for the whole cryptocurrency market. It could go 2 ways. We got the Two of Swords. Okay. And it's just that moment of uncertainty in the market. I think they're going to be the next card next to it, meaning it's going to go a little up. Okay. It's not going to skyrocket or anything, but I think it's going to be doing okay. Moving into the next 2 weeks, it's going to have the right mixture of things going for it. Okay, it's just get those Dogecoin, sitting on it, putting it somewhere safe, like a Trezor cold wallet or other good storage wallet for your cryptocurrency, and just sitting on it. I think we're going to have some pretty good returns for the next 2 weeks for uh, Dogecoin. It's not going to be super duper, but it's going to be something moving forward. And I do think some other things are going to be coming into the fray to pump that price up in the next 2 weeks. Not related to Elon. Okay, so it's just going to be kind of moving along with the rest of the market in the next 2 weeks. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. Will USDT implode in 2023 or 2024? There's a lot of that going on with some of the stable coins. It's going to collapse at any minute. And of course, right now, I would probably not keep any of my finances into the USDT or any of the stable coins moving forward, just because if it's based on the American dollar, you're losing value, right? That's what happens with a currency. And if it's directly connected to a currency like USDT is, the value is going to be going down. That's why I keep hinting at the XRP. Just saying. Will it collapse? No. In 2023, 2024, I think it'll be just fine. And all this nonsense from the SEC and all that sort of thing is going to be going out the window. It's just scare tactics. It's just making people do those knee-jerk reactions to do the thing that is not good. You have to remember we're at war with the old system, okay? And they're going to say and do everything in their power to get you out of the old system or new system and back into the old system, okay? Because they want you to go down with the sinking ship because they don't like you, okay? That's the big bankers, the big politicians, the big people that run everything. They don't like you, okay? And they want you to be in financial debt. That's why they keep trying to scare you out of the new system and back into the old system, because they want the CBDCs to be the king, all right? Which we already know. We've already done readings on it that CBDCs are not going to be taking off as good as or as well as they thought they were going to. Okay, so hopefully that answers your question. When will the dollar printing machines be switched back on? They're already on. Okay, they haven't stopped. They're a little less than they were, marginally, okay, around the planet. They've been raising interest rates. But when you do that, you destroy the market. They're between a rock and a hard place. Okay, you got two choices. You keep raising interest rates, destroying the market, jobs go away, and your economy falters. Okay? Or option two is you keep printing money, and more so, like a bat out of hell, okay, until all the value of your currency, the CBDC, this is what they're trying to do, where your currency has no purchasing power. And if you've been at the grocery store lately, you notice your money doesn't buy as much anymore. It's not because a head of lettuce costs more to create or takes more effort. It's just your currency doesn't buy as much anymore. That's why going back to the USDT, if it's based on state currency, like the US dollar, it's always losing value, purchasing power. Okay. And that's why when you go to the grocery store, everything's times 3 of what it was about a year ago. Okay. So I think they're going to be switching them back on because everybody's going to say, don't destroy the market, the governments and stuff, because they want to be reelected. And then the only option they have is to put the switch back on the money printers at alarming rates. And that's when they're going to be bringing in the CBDCs so they don't lose you. They want to keep you in the system, okay, going down with the sinking ship. And this is why cryptocurrencies are so important. And this is why Bitcoin was created in the first place. For this, okay? It's just not there for you to become wealthy. It's there because they knew the system was going to collapse. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Hey, Andre, tried asking this question before, but you were having technical issues, so I don't think it was answered. Will Dent do better than MTV crypto? Both are cryptos. How high will Dent go in 2024? I think we already did this question a while back of the comparison of these two. I think Dent will be overcoming the MTV, which is, of course, we found out not it's the TV channel, MTV, if you remember that in the day. And Dent will be bigger than MTV. I'm assuming they're similar cryptocurrencies on what they do. I don't know much about MTV as a crypto. But then the next question is, how high will it go? It's going to be rather conservative for the next little while. For 2023, 2024, I think it's going to start to spike after that. It's going to be moving along with the rest of the market, moving forward from this point on because of all the things going on within the financial market, which is always fun to watch. It fall flat on its face. And I believe Dent will do very well. And it's going to be running along with the rest of the cryptocurrencies in that moment. Remember, April showers bring May flowers. And I think we're going to be seeing a little bit more on the down in April for many of the cryptocurrencies. And that's all of them, almost all of them. And then May, I think they're going to start to climb up pretty good. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Crypto viewing say latest songs make out people's daughters are just hoes. Eh? What do the cards say this means for our near future? Well, songs. I have not watched that episode, so it's programming from the elites. They're trying to go back the other direction where ladies are nothing more than sexual things, I guess. And then that's going to be coming to an end very, very soon. Okay? That situation of making those kind of songs, which is kind of a thing from ever, especially rap and all that. that will kind of come to an end as people speak out against that sort of situation. Um, and then a new era of music will come. It'll come back. Okay. It's just something, another distraction from the actual problems of our world. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, I'm looking to investing into DeFi platform called fintech. Is it safe? Never heard of fintech. Yeah, it seems to be fairly safe. We got the Ace of Pentacles. It's going to be very conservative. When you're looking at a DeFi platform, if they're promising you the moon, I've seen, well, you'll get 15%. When people say that, run away. If they're saying 1 to 2, 3 to 5%, should be okay. Just when you're overlooking a new DeFi platform, and if they say 4 or 5%, that sort of thing, it should be okay. If they're promising 20, 15%, run away. Okay. So overall, I think they're going to be a little bit more conservative, and it should be rather safe. Okay. Like for other ones, pay attention to that. Okay. For UKers, while Binance keeps our cryptos until our government changes its rules with Binance, will our crypto be safe? Yeah, it should be safe. I don't know if you got on the phone to see if there was an alternative way to get your cryptocurrencies out of that system. Okay. May take a while, their customer service, but there's probably a way of getting your stuff out of there. While you're waiting for your government to do other stupid things, to replace the old stupid things, I think, yeah, your currency will be pretty safe for the meantime. Okay. Usually what happens is Binance will, the government will investigate, blah, blah, blah. And then over a certain period of time, this is what we saw with FTX, the government issues your currency back as they're satisfied with some of the things that are going on with that particular exchange. And this is why I always say never ever leave your cryptocurrencies on an exchange, because this stuff happens. Not that Binance is bad. Sometimes governments get in the way of good stuff. Okay, thank you for that. Which one will do better in the next 2 years, Star Atlas or Super Farm? If you had a choice, I guess, let's have a look. I think Star Atlas is going to do a smidgen better than Super Farm. I think they're pretty close to one another, but if you're looking for the one and only between those two, I think Star Atlas will be the one that'll be outperforming the Super Farm, but just marginally. Okay, so both are pretty good. We've had ratings on both, but if you're looking for one over the other, I guess it's the Star Atlas, but not by much. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. The future of San Francisco in the next 10 years, politically and in terms of safety. Thank you. Well, San Francisco right now is not the greatest place to be at the moment. California, a lot of things going on there because they're not looking after their people. Okay. Let's see if there's going to be a change in the next 10 years. Doesn't appear to be any good changes in San Francisco in the next 10 years. It's going to be one of the holdouts that's going to stay blue. Okay. So if you're in San Francisco, you might want to move somewhere else if you want to. And we're going to start to see that more and more as we move into the new world. It always takes a long time for everything to repair. Things, that have been brewing in California, San Francisco, have been mounting up over years. Okay. And it's going to take that amount of time to change everything back to something better. Okay. They will get better, but it won't be for 15 years or so. Okay. So if you're living there, use lots of white light to protect yourself. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Please do a reading for MEZZ token, mezzanine finance platform for NFTs. Lots of DeFi coming out. Here in Connecticut. A little bit better. I've seen clips of San Francisco. Ooh. Kind of like Winnipeg. Well, not quite. But we're kind of in the middle here, politically. More to the left, unfortunately. MEZZ token, I think, is going to be doing okay overall for the new year. Financially, I think they're going to be starting off strong and keeping strong for the next little while. I think they're going to be doing much, much better than many of the other platforms of their type. But it's going to be in the middle of the pack overall. I think it's not too bad. A lot of people that are part of this are going to have a lot of good victories. There's a lot of good work that's going to be needed to be done, and it will be done to keep it going. As long as they don't be inclusive, I think they'll be just fine. Many of the other platforms are starting to be inclusive. You don't have to be the upper cross to be part of them. I'm thinking that MEZZ will not go down that direction. Financially, I think MEZZ token is going to be doing rather well as a result. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Will BTC reach 200,000 US or more this bull run? Of course, that bull run won't be for some time. We're going to have a little bull run in the next couple of months, but it's not going to be the big one. Okay. When we get closer and closer to the happening, then you're going to see those big prices come along. But I would say yes, it would get to that point or more. Not because Bitcoin is amazing, which it is. It's just going to, when the US dollar starts to more, it's just going to take you more American dollars to buy one Bitcoin. Okay. So it'll be a better store of value than the US currency. Okay. And that's what's going to be happening very, very soon with all the things happening overseas and all that sort of thing with the BRICS and all that. The dollar is shrinking, the value of the currency. It doesn't have the buying power that it once had. So it's going to take more US currency, more US dollars to buy one Bitcoin. So it will go up in that fashion coming up very, very soon. Okay. So think of it that way too. And if you're not into Bitcoin yet, I think maybe something to seriously look into, because that's where things are going. So the answer to your question is yes, but that won't be for a little bit of time. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Reading for drops ownership power, please. An NFT finance platform. So drops. Overall, I think it's going to do rather well. It's health-wise, it's going to do very, very well. Probably much better than the last platform that we looked at just recently. Financially, I think it's going to be overcoming many of the obstacles that have been put in front of them moving forward, and I think they're going to be doing much, much better than the other one. And some of the other ones, not going to be one of the top ones. It's going to be a little bit closer to the top than many of the other cryptocurrency platforms that are coming out. People that are involved in this one, I think, are going to be doing pretty good. A lot of situations that they're going to have to work on behind the scenes. And I think by 2024, 2025, it'll be a pretty good contender. Okay, so hopefully that helps you out. Charlie, hello. He told me to call him Charlie. Can you have a look at whales candy token? Okay. Health-wise, I think they're not going to do very well for the next little while. And just show you one of the cards that popped up on the health. Good old devil card, just meaning that they're tied to things that do not work for them. That's basically the devil card in a nutshell. Being lured by promises, like the devil whispering in your ear, I'll give you all the riches of the world if you do this. That's basically the devil card in a nutshell. So be careful of this one. Okay, especially if it's the health, that's in the health line. So it looks okay in the beginning, and then things are going to be falling apart for it. And you're gonna throw your candy out the window. Okay. Financial line of cards is also saying the same thing. People are going to be very focused on the negative things, and they won't be able to get out of that situation. And it will mean, so if you're into it, it might be a quick spurt up, sell, and then run away. But that's just fine. Not financial advice. You do what you want to do uh, with that. Okay. And the people that are associated with that, we got some nefarious things happening behind the scenes. So I think it's just one of these things that's set up to take your money away and run. Okay. Thank you for that question. Can you do DGB? I'm late for today's show. DGB. Digibyte. I got lots of Digibyte. People just keep giving it to me, which is good. If it becomes $1, holy smoke. Me and the wife will be doing this show on the beach somewhere. Maybe. Somewhere nicer. Anyways. I think it's still stuck at that penny. Health-wise, I think it's going to be doing okay. There's going to be some situations that are going to be coming up where people are going to start to look at it as a means to an end, because it's easy to get into. It's easy to mine. If you have an old computer sitting around, you can actually mine this one fairly easily. I think there's going to be some new partnerships coming up for them very, very soon. Okay. And they're going to be overcoming many of the obstacles that have been put in front of them coming up. And it's going to be making them much, much stronger overall. I don't see $1 for quite some time. Maybe 2-3 cents in the next 4 to 5 years. It's just the way Digibyte works. Okay. Easy to mine. You can make some pretty good money mining it. And it does go up and down. It's just, a little bit more than a penny, a little less than a penny. It's one of those cryptocurrencies. So you can trade it. You're just not going to be entirely wealthy from it by holding it. Okay? But I think they're going to be doing just fine. Okay? Thank you for that, Peter. Luna Classic. Well, it's been a while since we've had a Luna Classic question. I guess they're back in the news or something. Haven't been paying attention to Luna Classic. How will they perform this year? They're doing all kinds of stuff. Burning coins and doing this and doing that, trying to get back on top of everything that they'll never get back to where they were. Okay. And like I said in past readings that I've done on Luna Classic, I think everybody's going to be starting to focus on other things in this particular moment. Money goes where attention goes, and everybody's focusing on the bigger cryptocurrencies moving forward. And the AI coins, I think everybody's going to be focusing on those for the next little while. Just a hint. That doesn't mean that they're good. Just means that's where all the focus is going to be. And just be careful with those particular cryptocurrencies, because there's a lot of them out there that are going to be utilizing the AI trend, okay, to make lots of money and then take it away and run. So just be careful of that. There's unscrupulous crypto people out there. Well, let's have a look at Luna Classic for that year. Overall, I think the health is going to be okay. Nothing spectacular for the new year. Financially, there's going to be a lot of secrets coming out. and it's going to be affecting the price to coming down a little lower. Okay. So if you're still hanging on to it, keep hanging on to it. It's going to be some time before it actually recovers back to where it used to be. If you're a more recent purchaser of Luna Classic, I think it's going to be doing this. So if you're um, just purchased it, it's going to be coming down and then coming back up in the next little while, so you can actually make some money on that up and down motion moving forward. But if you're a long time holder, I won't be for a long time until it really recovers back to where it used to be, if at all. Okay. They are working on a lot of stuff behind the scenes with the cryptocurrency, but they got a whole lot more work to do to really bring it back up to the forefront. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Bob Job on XRP. Yes. I keep telling you, focus. Don't go crazy with it. But pay attention to what XRP is doing as opposed to the rest of the cryptocurrency market. Okay? Maybe the secret to doing the trades. Okay? This is what they used to do back in the old day before stable coins came out. You don't have to do this. Just what they were doing back then. When the cryptocurrency went up and you take your profit, and then you want to wait for the Bitcoin to go down, you put it in the XRP because it's somewhat stable. Then you wait. Okay, the Bitcoin has come down. You take all your wealth out of the XRP and put it back into Bitcoin, and you wait for it to go back up. And they would do that, okay, because it's an easier transition out of cryptocurrencies. Instead of putting it into dollars back in your bag, just putting it in the XRP, then back and forth that way. And yes, XRP is going to be going up. And there's some other things happening with XRP in the next little while that's going to make it go up as well on top of everything else. Okay, so look into that. Hopefully that helps you out. Is injective protocol is better than CFX for 2 to 3 years? Injective? Never heard of it, but okay. I think injective will be a little bit better than the CFX for the next 2 to 3 years. Marginally better. I think injective will have some new exciting things put into it to make it slightly better than the CFX for the next 2 to 3 years. Overall, I think financially, for the financial part of things, I think injective is going to do a lot better than the CFX overall. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi, some say end of April, Twain, warlike with China and US. What do the cards say? Taiwan? Is that what that means? Oh, between?
Between, I think.
Warlike with China and US. And Russia, too. I think Biden had or one of his generals had said something along those lines, that they want to build more money or bring in more money for the military because they want thinking of doing war with the China and Russia at the same time because they're complete idiots.
China war with Taiwan leaders.
Oh, well, that'd be something as well. I don't think China will do that because they don't have to. Why waste energy when you don't need to for a particular situation? Here's what's going on. China looks at Taiwan and goes, see that? Yeah? You want some of that? Yeah? You're scared? Good. And Taiwan's, and it will get them in a tizzy and start making them overthink their situation. Okay, it's a scare tactic that they're doing. They will not get into war exactly. For the next little while, we're going to see China go, really? You want to fight? Huh? You want to fight? And Taiwan's going to go, no. And then the U.S. will become more and more embroiled with that particular situation because the U.S. made a promise to Taiwan, which they're going to break in the next little while because they don't have the power or the resources to do war with China. So Taiwan is kind of going to be on their own. So they're going to have to choose their next steps wisely. With dealing with China. They have nukes and they have a very large military. So there's that. So it's just China going, yeah, you want some more? And we're going to see that going on for quite some time. Okay? Hope that answers your question. It's like schoolyard bullies. Is VRA, varsity, is better than opal? Especially with the US. And we're going to go to war with China and Russia at the same time. Nuts. Anyway, opal is going to be a little bit better than the veracity. Just marginally. I think they're going to be making a little bit better money overall in the next little while than the varsity. Okay, so opalus for the win for that one. Not by much, but that's, if you had to choose between the two, I guess opalus will be the better of the two. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. I don't think I can change my name, but glad you remembered me. Thanks for the reading. No problem. Charlie, what will my next career move be? Nursing school. Maybe she's going to be a super duper YouTuber. It looks good on going forward with a new situation. I think you're going to get back into what you were actually trained to do, and I think you're going to be doing well in that aspect. There's probably going to be some other type of side thing that you may be getting involved in for the next little while. Going the nursing route, if that's what you're thinking, it may not do well for you overall. But it's good. Yeah, I think you're going to get back into that situation where you can actually go into the thing that you're actually trained for in the nursing or the hospital situation. That's my sweetie trying to bring in her own question. That's okay.
We need more questions.
We need more questions.
Mm-hmm.
We got 20 some odd minutes. Okay.
I got one.
We got one?
Yeah.
When will I get that big job I'm preparing for? Can I trust that company? Well, you never should trust a company. Gone are the days of businesses looking after their workers. Okay. So this is why we're into the new way of thinking when you're getting that new. Get a job. Okay. Don't get too comfortable. And that's pretty much the thing around the planet now. Gone are the days of companies looking after you. Be ever flexible in your approach in the workspace. Okay. With that said, I'm thinking that you are preparing for a job that is there, but it's going to take a little longer than what you had anticipated. Okay, so you planted all the seeds. Now you're just waiting for the harvest to come out, which will happen, but it may not be the place that you're looking at. Okay, necessarily. It could be some other place. Being prepared and spreading around that's the good news about yourself. Something is going to catch. Okay. I do see some other things happening with you that are going to be much, much better, actually. From the things that you've been preparing, there's going to be possibilities of other business things, okay, or other job-related things that are kind of part of what you're already preparing for. Can you trust that company? Well, that they can hire and fire you on a whim, that you can trust them. It'll be a good ride, but just be flexible in your approach when it comes to jobs these days. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Come 2024, will your audience with your cryptos be well off or just surviving the whiff, boys? Roll that economic, boys. I'm thinking that if you do some of the things I tell you, not everything. I'm only suggesting things. What you do with your cryptos is up to you. Okay. If you kind of follow along and do some of the things that I talk about, you'll be just fine. World Economic Forum is falling apart. They're collapsing. There's many indicators of that. They're very panicked. Okay. World Economic Forum. They're trying everything, and they're throwing everything at the kitchen sink. Okay. And we're noticing that right now. And they're doing everything very quickly. It was supposed to be to 2060. Okay. The unveiling of all their world supremacy bullshit. Okay. But now they got to try to do it by 2030. Okay. So when it's like cooking, the old adage of how do you cook a live frog? You turn up the heat slowly. All right. So the frogs don't jump out. They've done this. Crank. So many of the people that have been really sleeping at the wheel have had this rude awakening of what they're doing. And it's because of some, uh, they have to do it quicker because of some belief they have in an asteroid that went around the sun just recently. So that was their sign that they better hurry up. Cliff High had a great video on that um, not that long ago. So they had to crank up the heat, and all the frogs are starting to jump out. Not everybody, but a good portion of the people are starting to wise up and move to a different direction. Stop relying upon other people, especially governments and the elites, for the answers to your situation. Okay? You do the things. Don't rely upon anybody else to save you. Okay? This is why you get together. I keep saying this, especially in the UK, or well, everywhere on the planet. Get together with your friends, family, neighbors, and think of ways around the stupidity that your government has put you into. Okay? And that's including cryptos. And you'll survive. You'll survive. Won't be fun or easy. If you're looking for the easy way, there's no easy way. But there is way. And it just takes effort. And I think people switched it off when you say work. Sure, right? Oh, it's going to take some time and some effort, right? To get through this particular situation. And then people, oh, I don't want to work. And they run away and they go along with the stupidity that their governments are doing. Not so in the UK, France, and other parts of the world. They're saying that's enough. And they're doing other things, as we've noticed in France. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, you'll survive. How do you see the rest of the year for cryptos? Outside of the big bouncy ride, the Bronco ride, I think it's going to do rather well. And you're going to be very surprised at how resilient, especially Bitcoin, is. Other cryptocurrencies will fall. 90% of the cryptocurrencies that we talk about here are going to be falling flat on their face. When the tide goes out, this is, forget his name, Warren Buffett would say, when the tide is in, everybody looks the same, right? Everybody's hunky-dory. When the tide goes out, we'll notice who has their swim shorts on and who doesn't. So when we have times of trouble, notice the ones that are staying above and have their swim trunks on when the tide goes out. Okay, those are the ones that you invest in. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, and Bitcoin Cash. I think is some interesting things to happen. XRP, that sort of thing, moving forward. Everybody else, it's a big question mark. Could be short-term investment. Okay, and they're here, they're gone. You get in, you get out, you move on, and you buy some Bitcoin, some Litecoin, and some Ethereum. All right, doing it right on the wrong side of town. Cryptos will survive, and it will become the money for many, many people around the planet. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Is Starlink a good crypto to get into long term? I think it's more of a short term one. I think it's going to be leading into something else. Okay. There's going to be some problems coming up for it. So it's just short term. Just so when you buy it low, sell high, and then move into something else. It's going to be replaced with something else in about a year or so. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. I'm not even using my cards right now. Hi, how do you see my neighbor in his electric car? Good for him or just more expensive? Electric cars are okay. It's more damaging to the environment. Okay, people don't want to hear that. Um, and hopefully it doesn't catch on fire. Um, I think he's going to do okay. Just himself is going to do well. I think it's going to be a bit more expensive than an actual gasoline vehicle because of repairs. But if he has the funds, he'll be just fine. If he doesn't, he may be selling that car in about 2 to 3 years' time because it's more expensive to uh, run. Because if you have to replace any of those batteries, you think a gasoline engine is expensive. Woo. On top of that, I think he'll be fine. On top of that, I think we're going to be going back to older vehicles that we can repair ourselves because that's kind of the situation that we're going to be getting into. If you can repair it yourself, it's probably going to be very good. So if you have those skills to repair things and keep them running longer because of the price of everything is going to go all through the roof in the next little while, if you have repair skills like in vehicles and all that, you're going to be a very good asset to many of the people that are around you. This is why I keep stating, know your neighbors in the next little while, because if one of them can repair things, they're your best bud for the next little while. Okay, so hopefully that answers that question. Do you my household winning a house or a car this year?
Do you see?
Oh, do you see my household winning a house or a car this year? I get I do this I do it all the time. I'll get an emotion when somebody asks me a question from the other side. It's kind of like feeling. I always correct. Anyways, I'm picking up that no. With that particular situation of a house or a car, I do see some microwave coming your way. Why I saw that, I don't know. It's kind of one of those fun things. You ask a question like a microwave. Oh, okay. And I do see something more in the kitchen coming your way. Maybe with that other thing that you're planning on doing with your future wife. You may be getting a microwave out of the deal in the next little while. Okay. We got a coffee maker about 11 years ago when we got married. So you may be getting stuff like that. That's what I'm picking up for you. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. And you probably go, oh, yeah, you get gifts sometimes when you get married. Do the cards see my family and I moved back to Australia? Appreciate your reading. I was doing a reading for Charlie recently, and the marriage question came up, which leads into microwaves.
He got a free microwave already.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Hey. There you go. Free microwaves all around. Move back to Australia. I don't think that's going to be something that's going to be in the cards for a little while. I do see 3 to 4 years from that you're going to be doing some type of move in that general direction. So it's not going to be in the time span that you had kind of planned. It's going to be a little longer for that to happen, and you may be going to other places as well as the just how to come up along with that. So you're going to be moving around a little bit more than you had anticipated in the next little while. Okay, thank you for that, Sandy. Hi, I think I have a doggy neighbor who keeps putting nails in my front tire. Doge? Dodgy. Is that, yeah, okay. It's not the electric vehicle guy, is it? Damn you for having a non-electric vehicle. I'm going to put nails in your thing. And yeah, there is a neighbor that is doing that, but it's going to be, something's going to be happening to him. There's going to be a lot of confusion about that particular situation coming up. Don't put the horse in front, cart in front of the horse yet. Okay, got to catch him in the act. Maybe put a camera or something on that particular state and see who actually it is. When it does happen, okay, then everything is going to be falling apart for that one individual. Okay, but be careful with pointing fingers and stuff. Some say XRP 10 pounds. Then out is XRP over-controlled by World Economic Forum boys. Too many rules. Cards, please. Oh, those wafers. Yes, it was in a past show that, yes, they are in part controlled by the World Economic Forum. Okay? Because we know who they are that run XRP. That's why Bitcoin is probably the best cryptocurrency to be in, because there's no head of the snake, as they say. Nobody to put the gun to the head. Go, you do this. This is my little Vitalik keychain. You do this or else. People don't think of that. That's why Bitcoin is probably the most superior cryptocurrency, because there's no head of Bitcoin, right? No one to put the gun to the head to make them do things. Think of that moving forward. Yeah, it's over controlled by the World Economic Forum boys, because we know who the guy is. We know who has the gun. Right? The intentions may be good, but sometimes you get in bed with people that you don't want to. And the cards are revealing that. Okay. But overall, I think XRP is pretty good bet that it's going to be doing pretty good. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Any news on pre-search? Will it do better than Timpi? Both are trying to be decentralized search engines. I remember pre-search. I've used it once or twice. Then I kind of lost interest in it for whatever reason, because most of my work is done on Google Chrome, all the things that I use. So maybe I'll look into that again. think Tempe is going to do a little bit better than pre-search. I put the cards down for pre-search. These are the first two that came up. I'll show my TikTok fans. We got the death card and the tower. So something's going to be coming up for pre-search. Well, death doesn't mean they're going to be coming to an abrupt stop or abrupt change in direction of their business model. And maybe a little bit, everybody run for the hills situation. The other one, Tempe. These are the cards I pulled for that one. Not bad cards. There's a little black hat action with it. So it's controlled. We're getting back to our Vitalik guy with the gun to the head. And I think they're going to be doing a little bit better. Not for the right reasons. And when everybody's saying that they're decentralized, doesn't mean that they actually are. Okay? So hopefully that helps you out.
Okay, last question.
Last question.
Pendulum question.
A pendulum question. What percentage of MPs in the UK government actually took the jibby jabby? The cookies. Yeah.
The jibby jabby.
The jibby jabby. Now the question is, did any of them, probably the lower tier politicians that didn't get the memo, and that does happen, and they don't all work under the same situation. It's people against people and all that sort of thing. I'm picking up approximately about 5% of them actually took the jibby jabby. That's why you don't see them falling dead on the sports field, because a lot of them didn't. You have to remember the jibby jabby was only there to kill you. And it goes back to what's happening in France right now. Well, part of it anyways. We all know that there's not enough money for old age pensions for the people that are turning. There's a larger segment of the population is getting older and into that retirement age. And the new people coming up, there's not enough to carry on the payments for the old age pension. More older people retiring. That's why they're up in the retirement age, because they know that the money's not there. Okay, and that's why they do the thing to try to kill off a good portion of the older population, so they don't have to pay that. That failed, and now they're raising the age requirement for retirement. Figure it out. Okay, with that said, I guess that's the end of the show.
For entertainment purposes.
For entertainment purposes only. Okay? We're just having fun. Shh, don't tell the YouTube people. For the tomorrow's show, make sure you do your homework if you want to. It's for the TikTok people, 5825-3119 to put on the top of your piece of paper. And we're going to have a lot of fun with that tomorrow's show. If you'd like to have a private reading with me, make sure you go to psychreadingsbyandre.com where all that information is there. And you can email me and all that sort of thing. If you like a personal healing by my wife, who's a Reiki master, make sure you go to psychreadingsbyandre.com, scrolling up the bottom of the screen on the main one. And all that information is there as well. Okay. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in these uncertain times, it's not leaving it on the exchanges. Okay. Make sure you go to secretbounder.com where we have an affiliate link to the Trezor wallet. If you should happen to purchase a wallet through that affiliate link, know that we make a little bit of money from that purchase. Okay. Somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. Come out tomorrow. We'll give you a free reading for yourself. Okay. Another reason to come back tomorrow. With that said, make sure you like, subscribe, and we got to go meet my mom for lunch. And I'll see you in the future. Bye-bye.